want to talk a little bit about the spirituality of David Lynch and why I think it's important to his art and to other artists as well. So David Lynch was a fierce practitioner of transcendental meditation. He says that he would meditate twice a day for, I believe, 20 minutes each. And he would even do this while he was on film sets. He would go to his trailer and he would meditate on his lunch break. And he said that it helps him tap into the sea of pure consciousness. And to me, it makes a lot of sense that David Lynch was interested in meditation, because meditation is very much about going deep. It's very much about going beneath the surface and seeing what's there, seeing the things that other people are not necessarily seeing. And I think that David Lynch was great at that. His films show that. Many of his films, although they have traditional plots and although he is a master of storytelling, he also does something deeper in his films. There's another layer in his films in which there's something odd happening and you can't quite put your finger on it. Sometimes there'll be a shot that seems too slow for the song that's playing, or there'll be these juxtapositions in which he's using the language of film to say that there's something else going on here. And it's something else that maybe even David Lynch himself doesn't know. But I think the art of David Lynch is not just trying to hide something from the audience, but I don't think he's trying to hide something from the audience. I think what he's trying to do is show us that there's something more beyond each of us that we can tap into. And I think that what made him a great artist, I think that what made some of his work so pivotal, is his ability to meditate, his ability to open himself up and allow creativity to flow through him, to allow the muse of creativity to give him ideas, to allow whatever it is that's going to happen, to allow whatever is best for the project to flow through him and take place. If you see him in interviews, if you see him in talks, he doesn't seem like the type of guy who's carrying around a lot of baggage with him. It seems like when he does his meditations, he's able to release all of that. And I think that if you want to be a great artist, you have to learn to do that, because if you don't release these things that you're holding on to every day, these thoughts, all the baggage that just comes with life, it can be hard to open yourself up enough to focus on your art, to get these ideas. And some of David Lynch's ideas are so unique that who knows where these came from. These came from another realm. It makes complete sense to me that he was meditating and tapping into something outside of the everyday, because none of his films are about the everyday life. I mean, he has some films that are pretty traditional, but most of his iconic work, most of the work that we would call Lynchian, is taking place in some sort of other universe. And there's been times where I've seen David Lynch in interviews, in interactions with people, and it's really shown me what I love about this guy. It's shown me that he's so in touch with being in the moment. He's so able to let go of his ego and just sit with a person and just have a conversation. I remember I saw one interview with him where he walks on stage and the interviewer just starts throwing questions at him right away, doesn't even give him a second to sit down, doesn't give him a second to say hello to the audience. And David Lynch just takes a breath, he takes a second, and he says, well, it's real nice to be here. And he takes a second, he takes the energy of the room back. And he doesn't say to the guy, whoa, buddy, slow down. He doesn't put anything, he doesn't make the other guy look bad, but he finds a way to slow things down to a pacing that makes more sense for the interviewer. And I've seen him do this numerous times. There's been another time that I saw in an interview where there was someone talking about a retrospective of his. And they were saying how it was this great retrospective and how the pamphlet was really great. And David Lynch just right away makes a joke. He's so humble. And he says, yeah, retrospective's all right, but the pamphlet's really great. And I think it takes a lot of humbleness to be able to do that, to make these jokes about your own career and to just do it in public in front of an audience. And when you see him sitting and answering these questions, he just seems so open to anything anyone asks him, even if they ask him silly questions or things that he's publicly stated that if you know him well enough, he doesn't want to talk about, he'll still talk about them in a graceful way. I think his meditation allowed him to have a grace that he wouldn't have otherwise had, and he brings that grace with him into the world, and he's been teaching that grace to other people. And his saying about focus on the donut and not the hole, focus on the positivity, focus on what you have and not what you don't have, all of these things come from meditation. And I think if you are an artist, if you want to be an artist, if you love the work of David Lynch, I encourage you to build meditation into your daily practice as a way of opening yourself up and allowing the creative muse to work through you in the same way that I think it was working through David Lynch. So if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, if you want me to talk about David Lynch some more, I'd be happy to do that. If people are interested, leave a comment so I can know, and I hope to see you in the next video.